Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Revive FM 94.0. I'm your host, M Nawaz. And today I have a wonderful personality and my guest, Raja Zeeshan, who is a famous and renowned TV presenter. He is a lawyer as well, and he is a social activist. Very warm welcome to my show.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you, sir?
Very welcome to my show, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, Nawaz sahab. How are you today?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
Good to see you, mashallah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. मैं अपने listeners के लिए numbers announce करना चाहूँगा जिसके ऊपर ये वो कॉल कर सकते हैं और हमारे जो host हैं और हमारे जो गेस्ट हैं उनसे किसी किस्म का सवाल ड्यूरिंग दी शो if they want to ask, they can ask them. The studio number is 03334440 and if they want to send us a text message, they can also send us a text message on either on WhatsApp or direct text message on 078-78940-940. And they can also, if they are in the car and they're listening to the radio, then definitely the 94.0 is the the frequency they can tune in. But if they are leaving the car now and they don't want to miss this show with Raja Zeeshan, so they can they type into the website www.revivefm.co.uk and they can listen to this show anywhere around the world. They can listen to this show. Just they type in revivefm.co.uk.
So just park your car just inside and be the part of the show then.
Yeah, yes. So today we will discuss especially on the Kashmir for the trip you have done into Pakistan about these earthquake related humanitarian issue. You have done this thingy. And then we will discuss about the occupied Kashmir as well. And later in the show, we will discuss about the UK politics and the international politics as well.
Absolutely.
So, Raisa, first of all, just give us some, the view about the earthquake situation in Pakistani, the Kashmir. You have recently visited.
Absolutely. I mean, Welcoming Kashmir trip was the title of this journey. And because I'm part of the Tiba Foundation, so it was a Tiba Foundation project, Tiba Foundation Welcoming Kashmir trip, where MP Afzal Khan, who is also the Shadow Immigration Minister of UK, he was leading the side. And we went over there for 6 days, from the 2nd of October till the 8th of October. And it was a wonderful journey because, of course, the major issue was, of course, we all know that the situation going on over there into the occupied Kashmir and the other side as well. But, we had a different theme because we actually went over there with the theme of to promote the tourism in Kashmir.
Okay.
And, that was in the pipeline. The plan was in the pipeline from last 6 months. And then luckily we got this opportunity as well, and I'm very much thankful to the government of the Kashmir as well because they actually declared us the status as the state guest, and they cooperated as well. So when we actually went over there, the main theme, as I said, was to actually promote the tourism in Kashmir. But other than that, because we have some projects over there as well, Tiba Foundation has got some schools and mosque projects over there as well in Bagh at Azad Kashmir. So we started our journey from the Kashmir House, Islamabad, and we went to Mangla Dam, and well, that was simply awesome. I'm telling you, Nawaz.
So, this trip was planned earlier.
Yeah, it was planned earlier, but in between,
it was not related to this earthquake.
Because then we had to relate it. I mean, it was we were actually initially, as I said, the plan was actually to promote the tourism in Kashmir. But then after the earthquake, we changed the plan because that was the time when we needed to contribute some of this kind of stuff, humanitarian stuff as well. So we started our journey from the Mangla Dam. On the very next day, we went to those affected areas of the earthquake. And we've been told, over there, that we've been told that like around 20,000 houses were affected. Damaged because of it, and we went to the sites as well. And believe me, Nawaz, it was a very miserable situation especially with the people over there. Imagine if we were living in a shelter, in a house, and the shelter of the house is like the most important protector for us, And imagine if they have lost, their houses, they lost their beloved ones as well. Yeah, but alhamdulillah, as compared to the earthquake in 2005, this time, the ratio of the casualties were quite low,
Yeah, it's very low. Yeah.
We know that 20,000. Even then, financially, it's a big loss. And the good thing is that the government of the Azad Kashmir, they announced, from 5 lakhs to the 10 lakhs to, to the affected people over there. And I was very impressed the way the government of Azad Kashmir was handling the matter. And at the same time, it was good to know that all 4 provinces of Pakistan, they sent their teams over there as well, and they were helping over there. And we actually captured some documentaries over there as well. And then we wanted to know basically that what are the most important things that the people over there they wanted to have it. But then we were told that they are being quite settled down as far as the shelters are concerned, because government is actually providing them the kind of like a shelter for the time beings.
They are providing the tents at the moment, I think.
They're providing the tents.
But they don't need tents at the moment.
That's what they said. They don't need the tents because and they said they're all right with the food as well. But what our plan is, because we're going to help them, because we were basically being told that they need ambulances, some of the ambulances over there. So then we decided, when we came over here, we decided to go for some of the fundraising, and we had an appeal at Islam Channel Urdu as well, where that ambulance was part of the project. Okay. So, and we're looking forward to it, because we're going to actually organize a fundraising even on the 23rd of the November at Giftos South Hall by the TB Foundation
in South Hall.
Yeah. Okay, and this is the title is An Evening of Hope for the Children of Kashmir.
Okay.
And where we are going to actually fundraise for these vulnerable children and all that.
Yeah, one thing I was thinking from the pictures which I have seen, your pictures as well, and the pictures on the social media.
Yeah.
The houses are totally cracked.
That's true.
Yeah, the houses are totally cracked. And with the tents, you have given the tents to them, and they are trying to manage in those tents.
Yeah.
But this is not the long-term solution. So what the government of Pakistan and the government of Kashmir is doing to give them a long-term solution to build those houses for?
Yeah. We got a chance.
10,000 rupees, they can't do anything.
5 to 10 lakhs is absolutely nothing, But I believe, because we got a chance actually to speak to the Prime Minister of Azad Kashmir as well. He invited us on the dinner, and he was quite keen. He's quite determined. He said, well, of course, there's no kind of like we can't cover the lives, the lost lives, but all they can do is actually to cover the damage, because imagine, because government have their own restrictions as well, and they said that it's not going to possible. Let's say a big house which costs a lot in terms of, like, let's say it's like a crore, so it's not going to be possible for the government of Azad Kashmir to provide them the same amount as it is. But they said that at least they can do from the financial side, and because imagine, because Nawaz is not the one house or the two houses, it's 20,000 houses.
That's why I'm saying it's not possible. We cannot say that by giving the tents they can survive with it. But as an individual person, and as an individual or as a charity organization, what type of solution they can give it to them for temporary houses? Like they can like we have here. These containers in which they can make properly 1-bedroom flat, or the kitchen, or these type of things they can make it. So these type of solutions, no one is providing these type of solutions there. What do you think? Well, they should have these type of things there.
Absolutely. I do agree with you, and this is in our plan as well, because this is what we're thinking as well, because that's why we have these fundraising events, and we are going to actually generate these funds. To help them over there. But unfortunately, when it comes to you're right. There are many less when it comes to the organizations. There are very organizations, those are actually concerning about these kind of issues, because shelter, their homes are the main thing, and unfortunately from the government side they said that we have some restrictions as well. There are the rules is equal to everybody, so 5 lakh to the 10 lakh, that's what they said, that's equal to everyone, and I believe that this is the time that all the organizations, now it's up to them actually to be united and to help them. Of course we can understand that government have their own restrictions, but we can actually facilitate them.
That's what I'm saying.
The NGOs, the organizations, we can facilitate them, and alhamdulillah, that is in our plan that we're going to do that, inshallah.
You're going to give this an idea, this type of
absolutely. That's the need, so we have to go with the flow as well.
This Pakistani Kashmir is also connected to this Indian occupied Kashmir. This situation in the Indian occupied Kashmir is very bad as well. So what type of you can say the sentiments you have noticed there in the Kashmiri people for those Indian occupied Kashmir people in Kashmir?
Well, we went over there in one of the colony, which is called the refugee colony over there. In Azad Kashmir. And imagine, I was told that like thousands of people they came. After 1989, they came over there, and they were over there because they've been deprived from their fundamental rights in the Jammu Kashmir, and in which is which we can say the Indian occupied Kashmir. And unfortunately, because it's just not the day or the years, it's been years now. We know that from last 72 years, this situation is going on over there, and that's quite an unfortunate element. That India is quite unfortunate in a way that they got someone who doesn't bother the fundamental rights. We know the Prime Minister Modi, what he has done in Gujarat in the past, and this is something like a personal perspective from an individual, because he's using as a political agenda. That's what he has done. Before the elections as well. It's like more like because he knows that nationalism is the card that he can actually provoke the Indians to get the votes and to get his name into the politics as well. So he is using this Kashmir issue in the political scenario, just to promote his own political agenda, I would say. The recently, yes, that's why he has cancelled Article 370 from the Constitution of India, and which was actually, given the rights to the Kashmiri the people out over there. And this is the time I believe that everybody needs to be united, because we have seen that the United Nations has been passed like around 17 resolutions since 1947, but nothing has happened so far. And I appreciate what Prime Minister Imran Khan, the way he actually delivered a speech at the United Nations, that was amazing. But all we need to know...
What about the Raja Farooq Haider? You have done the interview as well.
Yeah.
He's quite vocal on this issue as well.
Well, he did. And he was very hopeful. He said that, one day, we are going to get the freedom out of this. And, when it comes to the nationalism, I have seen that he knows that, that is something very important. And he always says that, he's going to go, if we'll have the option, he would prefer to go with Pakistan. This is what, from the day first, all the mashallah, the Kashmiris, they believe in. And I believe that, of course, we know that the referendum is kind of like an option which we can give to them. As the Prime Minister Imran Khan also said yesterday, that if there is a referendum, there's a clear majority that everybody would like to actually go with Pakistan. But even then, we would like to actually respect their, opinion at the same time. If they want to have a right of self-determination, they can have it. But on the other side, India, they don't agree with it. And they don't want, for them to get this right of self-determination,
I was thinking like, today is the, I think, 85th day of this, the curfew.
The curfew, yeah. So imagine, it started from the 5th of August and still on.
Very strange. It's very strange that the whole world is silent. They're not doing anything. If you imagine anyone in your neighbor is, just like house arrested for 2 or 3 days, what other people will do it? It's a famous, Mr. Imran Khan said, if something happens with the dog, what this RSPC will do with these, the people who was, harming these dogs. So, international world is doing nothing.
That's quite unfortunate, Nawaz, because the thing is that, I would say it's like a double standard from the international media, from the international organizations as well. We have seen, although there are, the Amnesty International clearly stated that, a kind of like a worst, human rights violations from India to Kashmir is going on over there. But being as recognition, it doesn't matter. You have to actually boycott India from on the different international forums, because it's just not about the religion, it's about the humanity. If someone is actually violating the rules of the humanity, violating the rules of the international law, they must be liable for it. And that is quite unfortunate. But I believe, because when I spoke to actually the Prime Minister of Azad Kashmir, Raja Farooq Haider, about it, and he said, actually Modi miscalculated altogether, because now is the time that now everybody knows about Kashmir issue. Although they're not actually, quite vocal on it, but at least they know what is going on over there. And especially after that, because Modi, when he actually cancelled Article 370 from the Constitution of India. So imagine, then after that, he himself basically highlighted this issue on the international level. So he himself is responsible for it, and I strongly agree that he miscalculated all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, just for my listeners, I want to share, some of the HR, the human violations they have done it since 1989.
Yeah,
I have some figures like since 1989 till September 30th, 2019, with the source of Kashmiri Media Services, they have killed 95,454 people. They have killed. Indian forces have killed these many people in Kashmir, only this part of the Kashmir.
Yeah.
And and then the women widowed, 22,910 women has been widowed, and children orphaned 107,780. So these are the humanitarian, the crises and the violations Indian, the forces are doing in the Kashmir. But again, only there is one statement from international, the world leaders. They will say only one single word. They are just thinking about their businesses.
I mean, we don't need we don't need these statements. We need the practical implementation, and there's nothing out over there.
Yeah.
Which is quite unfortunate,
It's 85th day, and they are still under siege and nothing. I don't want to take the country's name, but they are doing nothing.
Imagine we can't expect from anyone else, because even the Muslim Ummah is not united. What we are doing in OIC, OIC is more, I would say, it's just like a dinner club at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, especially after the moment, India basically they cancelled Article 370 from the Constitution. Just after the few days, Modi got awards from some of the Islamic countries.
Yeah.
So imagine where is the unity? Where's that unity? So we can't expect from the others then.
Yeah, no doubt. But still you cannot if you if you are Kashmiri, make Kashmiri, what the Kashmiri people wants at the moment, they want freedom. So if me and you or any other Kashmiri people, they want to cross the the line of control, what will happen? The war will start. And both countries are they have the nuclear arsenal with them. We cannot afford a war at all. In this situation, like I think a week ago, there are 10 Indian soldiers were killed.
Yeah, just last week. Yeah,
just last week. So these are the only 10 soldiers, and those soldiers belong to someone else as well. But we cannot afford this war at all. And this thing, just to keep in mind, to keep their interest about the businesses, they are ignoring this fact. Okay, they will calm down. And at the moment, the Modi is going into this, the stage that, okay, we keep on doing this, the hostage to the people. And at the end, we can keep on suppressing these media, because they're suppressing the media. They're suppressing the Twitter and, the social media. They're not letting these things come up on the social media and these things. And Modi is in a hope, in my view, that after 5-6 months, everything will settle down. But I don't think so. In 100%, I can say it will not settle down. It will get worse and worse. Mr. Raja Zeeshan, I think we are very close to our break at the moment. Right. So we're doing a very interesting discussion. For my listeners, I will say, if you want to contribute in this discussion, you can call us on 0333 440 940. And if you want to send us the text message, you can send us a text message on 078-78940940. And you can listen to our, this live show on the website as well, which is www.revivefm.co.uk. Don't forget to, tune in after tune into this frequency 94.0. After the break, we will discuss again about this Kashmir. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Amigos, the signature name when it comes to burgers and shakes. Our succulent burgers are prepared in front of you while you wait. Whether you go for the 6-ounce Mexican or the 10-ounce Texan, or you decide to go for a messy fries or buffalo wings, one thing you're guaranteed is quality. We've also got a range of desserts, including our trademark shakes in all your favourite flavours. We're based at 400 Cranbrook Road in Gants Hill, so come down to dine in or order in on Uber Eats or Just Eat. Amigos, hats off to great burgers.
Want to make your business stand out from the crowd? It's time to shine. Here at Signographics, we design and produce signs for shop fronts and offices, making your business stand out. Whether it's LEDs or 3D signs, our experts will be here to guide you from design ideas to installation. For more information, visit us at 51 Green Lane, Ilford, IG1 16G, or call 0208 5146708. 0208 5146708.
Have you heard of the new dessert place opening in Ilford, East London? All my friends are talking about it.
No, why? What's so special about it?
I heard they'll be doing East London's very first nitrogen ice cream desserts and will have hundreds of flavours to choose from. They'll even do the new trending Dragon Breath. I'm so excited.
That sounds nitro-licious. I just can't wait.
Yeah, you can follow them on Facebook and Instagram to stay updated with their opening schedule. That's Nitro Treats.
Did you know that girls like Noora walk an average of 3 miles every day in search of clean water to support their families? Minhaj Welfare Foundation believes you can end the water crisis by building small and large-scale water projects. Your charity is helping improve the lives of communities living in the poorest regions of the world. However, more needs to be done. Support Water for All. Donate today. Call us now 0300 30 30 777 or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
MR Accountants provide a full range of accountancy and taxation services, including annual and management accounts, self-assessment, tax returns, VAT, bookkeeping and payroll services to all different types of businesses. With our in-house chartered accountants, you can be guaranteed to save money. Contact us now on 0203 432 9138.
Revive FM
94.0 on the radio,
on your mobile
and online.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Revive FM 94.0. I'm your host Kamran Nawaz, and today with me in the studio is Raja Zeeshan. Assalamu alaikum, sir. To my listeners, I can repeat the number so they can call us and ask a question from my distinguished guest who recently visited Kashmir as well, and they can discuss about the Kashmir or any international politics they were going to discuss in the coming program. So the numbers are 0333 444 0940, and they can also send us the text message on 078 78 940 940. Raisa, I was saying that before going into the break, I was saying that these both countries have nuclear arsenals, and the world is not taking this serious, that these countries can go into war anytime, and this war will not be the conventional war. This war will be the proper nuclear war. And on the other side of the border of this Kashmir, the Indian occupied Kashmir, and the Modi is in a hope that because of his business interest, like all the world has a business interest in India at the moment, and he is in a hope because of this he can avoid this Article 370 thingy which he has done it, and he can take this occupied Kashmir permanently into the India's borders. So what do you think on this?
Well, I would say Modi lives in the fool's paradise. I mean, this is not going to be possible. It's we're living in the 21st century, first of all. Secondly, this war is an entirely different world. As you have rightly identified, well, it's going to be the nuclear war. I mean, this is not sometimes that you're going to actually have guns with you, like the swords and all that. You're going to fight over there like in the 15th or the 16th century. It's the different way to confront your enemy. And one of the way is the fifth generation warfare as well, which is known, to controlling the minds, I believe. And India, they're dealing with this very well, because they know that from the international perspective, they are actually trying to portray Pakistan image as a different or as a hard or line kind of like a country. I would say, in open words, as a terrorist country. So which is not going to be possible, because the whole world is watching around her as well. And as Prime Minister Imran Khan rightly said, that this time, if there is a war between the two countries, it's just not between the two countries. The whole world is going to be affected because of the war. So one has to be very careful, and I must appreciate the way Pakistani Prime Minister, is dealing the matter from last a year, I would say. Since the time he's been in power, we have seen what Modi tried to do, especially after the Pulwama incident. He tried to create a coherence and just to create kind of like a confrontational, environment between the two countries. And Prime Minister Imran Khan rightly mentioned at that time as well, that because this is just because of the Indian elections at that time, because Modi knew that this is the only card he can play, to win the elections. And then after that, I believe still he's doing the same thing. And this time, probably he has miscalculated it, and it's going to fire back, for sure.
You were talking about the fifth generation war, which, includes the social media and this type of thing as well. And I was reading a report issued by these, I don't remember exactly the name the company who issued this report that the Twitter has blocked or deleted a lot of Twitter accounts, and out of those, the blocked and the blocked accounts, 50% accounts belongs to the Indian occupied Kashmir, and India has its own.
We all know which agency is involved in it anyway.
yeah. So it's really India, in a way, India is successful in suppressing these things. Like these things don't come into the social media. So in the fifth generation war, which is quite has a wide range of things in that thing, which I'm saying that they are quite successful, that they are not letting any type of news coming out of this Indian occupied Kashmir, and we are totally blind at the moment. We are totally blind.
I mean, this is the strategy. I mean, we have seen what in Rohingya, especially the army in Rohingya. I mean, what they're doing is the same thing. I mean, they are actually, getting the bodies in the pieces, but at the same time, international media is not allowed to go over there to cover it. And we have seen recently that the opposition leader Rahul Gandhi tried to go over there, but he was asked to go back from there. So this is the strategy. I mean, they're taking into the different kind of like a way, because we know that the curfew has been imposed over there, and they're taking into the different side. One of their Indian, I'm not going to name the actress, but she said that her father-in-law belongs to the Indian occupied Kashmir, and he is not even allowed to go and take the medicines from the house. And they, both the father-in-law and the mother-in-law, they are the diabetic, and they're not allowed to have to go to get the medicine. So imagine even the fundamental rights are not available over there. So this war is more like the war of the minds, as you have rightly said, that the fifth generation war. India is playing very well on the other side, because they know that just spreading these kind of a misconception, they can get they can achieve their goals, and this is what they're doing. Imagine having lots of the Facebook fake accounts, having these kind of stuff and using these kind of stuff into the negative side. So international world must have to take action, not on the basis of the religion, but on the basis of the humanitarian basis. So.
One thing I will say, just is coming in my mind, on 27th of October, when they entered the forces, the 70 years before.
Yeah.
So yesterday in UK, the Kashmiri people tried to.
There was a huge demonstration out there, just outside the Parliament House, and they were supposed to go to the Indian High Commission, but then I believe they were not actually authorized to go till over there. But even then, there were thousands of people gathered over there.
But they were not allowed to go to the
Indian embassy. And it's not even the UK.
Yeah,
it's not even the UK. It's everywhere. It's from Japan to China, from all over the world, actually.
Well, one thing I was thinking, because of this Brexit thing, we will discuss on the Brexit. Because of this Brexit thing, I think this Kashmir issue is also not highlighted properly in British media as well. What do you think on this?
Well, I believe because especially when I will say the British media is quite innocent these days, because they have a lot to cover their own internal politics, so we can't blame them. But because they themselves there's quite a lot of uncertainty, and they don't know what is going on over there, because we know that today, even in the Parliament House, they have to decide whether they need to go for the general elections or not. We can allow British media to commit a few mistakes these days.
One thing for my listeners, I will say, today there is a new update on this Brexit as well, and this is, I'm just reading this news, and what is this? The European leaders has agrees extension to 31st of January.
Absolutely.
So they have given the
3 months. They got the 3 months.
They got the 3
extension.
Months. But the good thing in that one as well, that they have said it's not a fixed date that on 31st of January they have to leave. If they can agree on the withdrawal agreement, which is currently they are going to introduce in the Parliament for the voting. If they pass that agreement earlier, they can come out of the European Union earlier as well.
But it's very hard anyway. Imagine, because the withdrawal agreement, which is of 112 pages, but the problem is they need to get approval from the Parliament, and so for Boris Johnson, it was very difficult for him to get the approval from the Parliament. We have seen that his predecessor, she was actually suffering the same kind of like a stuff, So it's going to be very difficult for even to Boris Johnson. General elections is the only solution that for this government to get away and just to involve themselves.
What do you mean, the general election to get away from this responsibility?
Well, absolutely, that's true, because this is what he wants. This is the Prime Minister. He said he wishes to have elections on the 12th of December,
Yeah, again, he's giving this vote.
On the other side, the opposition party is not ready for it. And imagine, Nawaz, this is something hilarious that we are having these into the British politics, that the ruling party wants opposition to go on, and the opposition basically don't want to go on.
Yeah.
So Brexit is a big mess, I would say, because we have seen in the past that two of the prime ministers from the Tories, they had to resign, and
Because of this Brexit
Boris
thing,
Johnson, I mean, he's facing some difficulties as well. So I believe what Conservative they want at the moment is they want Labour to come and just come into. They want Labour to expose as well that even the Labour government, they don't have the solutions for this kind of like a problem, So on the other side, Labour, I mean, they're facing some public pressure as well, because people, they voted them, to go on as well. But they said that, well, if you can't handle it even as well, so what's the point? What's the difference between you and the Tories? So Labour is kind of like in the middle right now, but Conservative will be very happy if there will be a general elections, which is very hard because they need to get an approval, 2/3 majority approval from the Parliament House. Which is very hard and which is unlikely, because this is the responsibility of the Tories to resolve the issue. Because it's when it comes to the Brexit issue, we all know that the main issue is the single market. That the opposition said that we have to be the part of the single market. We have got more benefits over there. On the other side, we have seen that the DUP, which is the coalition partners of the Conservatives, they're not even in their side as well, because they know that they have some border issues over there, Northern Ireland border issues as well. And they're not happy with it. That's why Alan Foster, who's a leader of the DUP, she said, well, we're not going to be the part of the coalition then. So Conservatives they're struggling at the moment. Imagine
one question. Don't you think that the Labour knows that if we goes into the election, they will lose?
Well,
that's the main reason they don't want to go into the election.
It's quite unlikely.
I spoke in a way to the Johnson as well, Boris Johnson, that at least he had said something and he tried his best. And he was trying to do the
that
best
was his
for,
idea.
Yeah.
That was his idea. He was the part of the idea. Although Nigel Farage was the one who actually introduced it. But he was.
Don't you think the Parliament is not supporting him?
It's because of his own kind of like a character which he had in the past. Because he uttered some sentences against the minorities as well. We have seen what Tanmanjeet Singh Desi has said in the Parliament as well. Agree. So I mean, this is something, because when you actually put a controversial figure into the power, you might have to face these kind of consequences as well.
Apart from this, all these the controversial things he has done it about the burqa and the letterbox, these type of things he said it. But keeping in view his current character, which he's trying to take Britain out of this mess, I will say this is a mess, because as a if you speak to the businessman or any the people related to small the SME businesses, they are quite fed up from this thingy, because they don't know what's going to happen. Especially, let's suppose if someone is trying to buy a house, those people are not buying a house because they don't know if after the Brexit, the house prices will go up or down. So what happened at the end? The housing market and the property businesses is going down and they are getting affected. So this is the only example of one business I'm giving it. So a lot of businesses are getting affected because of this uncertainty. And I will support in a way to the Boris Johnson that at least he had tried something. He had tried it, and whatever he said that he will bring a deal, he brought the deal as well. But then we need to discuss it properly on it, which the opposition, in my view, is not doing it.
I mean, you're right to the extent that, we have to be at least in or out. We have to be in a position, But at the moment, it's because it's going to have a long-term effects, So that's probably the reason that the opposition know that this is the right time to confront it. This is the right time to raise their voices, because once the bill will be passed, once it will be actually into the public, I would say it's going to be very difficult for them to survive as well. So this is the right time, I believe, that they're taking the opportunity, because this has to be going through the process. Imagine, because when we had a referendum, imagine the ratio was quite close. It was 48% to 52. So public is divided, and which is a very close margin. Although some people they still believe that now 70% you can get from the Remain if the referendum gets just happened now, and the other side of the Leave. But I believe that's not true.
If you see,
we have some European elections example as well, where the Brexit party got the majority. So still, I believe that the Leavers, they still exist.
Yeah, the Leavers still.
Oh, absolutely.
they have just started this on the government website gov.uk. They have signed the petition.
Yeah.
That if you don't want to do the Brexit, that you can have a no deal. There was a petition.
There was a no deal Brexit. Yeah,
the no deal, and at
the moment we are going for the no deal Brexit.
And I was checking the map of this the petition when you go onto the gov.uk, and when you check the map from which side which people have signed this petition, and I was noticing even from the Labour constituencies as well, the people are saying that they go for Brexit even if it is no deal. So it means there is existence at the moment, and people are fed up. And some people who was even saying
when it comes to the Leavers, they don't want kind of like any deal as well, because the reason is because they voted just to get rid of it, because they just voted because they don't want to be the part of the European Union anymore. But the problem is because at the moment the issue is the opposition said, well, that's fine, or we are ready to go and we are ready to leave the European Union, but it's just the conditions. And so far, we have seen that there's no agreement. There's no settled agreement so far, and they don't want to go without any deal. They don't want to go a no deal Brexit.
I will disagree on this point with the opposition point of view. The Labour is Jeremy Corbyn. I will say he looks sometimes quite confused. Sometimes he is supporting for the Brexit, and sometimes he's saying he's supporting the Leave Remainer as well. And the Lib Dem is now openly. It's almost Lib Dem is openly saying that they want to do the referendum. And now the new thing which they are saying is, which in my point of view is quite strange, that they're saying we need to take this deal to the people and they have to vote on this. What thing they will vote on this deal? What type of thing? What type of question they're gonna do onto the referendum?
It's probably.
Question?
General elections. They want to actually general elections to be used as this kind of like a voting. But the problem is because as you mentioned about Lib Dem, I would say. Well, Lib Dem, I know that they strongly agree with the second referendum, but I would say even the second referendum is not that easy,
not a solution,
and not the solution, because it's a public opinion. Imagine, because even the 52%, this is the part of the democracy to respect them. So all at the debate
I'm just interrupting you. What about the first referendum? If they're not, respecting the result of the first referendum, why are you going to do the second referendum? If you're not accepting and respecting the first referendum,
and imagine, yes, I agree with you. And imagine if we have a 60-40 on the second referendum, 60 with the Remainers and 40 with the Leavers. Is that the solution? That's absolutely not the solution. Yeah. Because then the Leavers will say, okay, that's fine. It's a 1-1 tie now. Let's have another referendum and a third one, the final round. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
It's going to have, long-term effects. Now this has been decided that, that the UK is basically now leaving the EU. But at the moment, it's just the debate is which kind of like the conditions, because we have seen that so far there's no agreement between the parties like the UK and the European Union. The European Union is ready to go with the conditions. They have, as we have seen that they gave the 3 months extension to the UK as well, and they themselves this is what Donald Tusk, the president himself said as well, that the European Council, the president of the European Council, Donald Tusk, he said as well. He said, well, we want to come into the agreement. We want UK to to decide between within themselves. Well, at the moment, we have seen
France was not happy to give this extension. He is quietly resisting this extension.
But on paper they signed for this extension and imagine under the rules, even if a single country disagree with it, it's going to be very hard for UK to get it, because they have to. The European Union has to be with the clear majority, which means all the countries must have to be agree, and they agreed on it.
They agree on it. Well, okay, we will come back to this the topic again. We have to go on to the break, and for my listeners, I will say today we have a very wonderful guest, Raja Zeeshan, and we are discussing on quite a lot of things. Especially now we were discussing on the Brexit. If you want to ask any question from our guests, you can call us on 0333 444 0940, and you can listen to this show as well on www.revivefm.co.uk. So after the break, we will come back. Till then, Assalamu alaikum.
Here at Duncan Lewis Solicitors, we specialise in immigration and family law. We have a proven track record of successful applicants who we've helped secure permanent residency for. From spouse visas to seeking asylum, our expert advisors will assist you throughout the whole application process. We offer a free no obligation consultation, so call us now on 0208 432 3350. That's 0208 432 3350, or visit us at 298 Romford Road, London, E7 9HD.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximize the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information. Maxwell Estates, the name you can trust.
क्या आपको मालूम है कि नूरा जैसी बच्चियां पानी के लिए रोजाना 3 मील पैदल सफर तय करती हैं? मिनहाज वेलफेयर फाउंडेशन को यकीन है कि आप छोटे और बड़े पैमाने पर पानी के मंसूबे लगाकर इस बहरान को खत्म कर सकते हैं। आपके एहतियात दुनिया भर के पसमानदा लोगों का म्यार जिंदगी बेहतर बना रहे हैं, जबकि अभी बहुत कुछ करना बाकी है। पानी सबके लिए के प्रोजेक्ट में हमारी मदद कीजिए। आज ही अतिया कीजिए या हमारी वेबसाइट विजिट करें www.minhajwelfare.org।
MR Accountants provide a full range of accountancy and taxation services, including annual and management accounts, self-assessment, tax returns, VAT, bookkeeping and payroll services to all different types of businesses. With our in-house chartered accountants, you can be guaranteed to save money. Contact us now on 0203 432 9138.
Revive FM
94.0. On the radio.
On your mobile.
And online.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Revive FM, and I'm your host Kamran Nawaz, and today I have a wonderful guest, and frankly I'm enjoying this show with Raja Zeeshan.
Thank you very much, Nawaz. Well, same here anyway.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this.
I mean, you're conducting a wonderful show. That's why I was telling you in the ring as well.
Yeah, so for the listeners, if they want to ask any type of question related to the topic we are discussing about, in the first part we have discussed Kashmir issue and the earthquake situation in the Kashmir, and then we discuss about the occupied Kashmir, and in the last part we were discussing about the Brexit. We will give a little bit touch on the Brexit more, and then after that we will go on to the another topic, which is about the Canadian election. I want to discuss because the Justin Trudeau, he is the Prime Minister again.
Absolutely.
Very young and the energetic guy.
Frankly, whenever someone says Justin Trudeau, and I like him to know, it's like Justin Bieber. So for my listeners, if they want to ask any question to my guest, they can dial a number on 0333 444 0940, and if they want to send us a text message, I can read it out for them, and the number for sending a text message is 07878 940 940. And if they are leaving the car and they don't want to miss a show, they can listen this show on their own mobile phone as well. Just go and type in www.revivefm.co.uk. Raja, again about the Brexit. Just a little bit touch on that one. No, we are not going into 31st of October, the one which was Boris Johnson was saying, we will go on to 31st. Yeah, he was very keen anyway.
He was quite keen. Yeah.
Even yesterday, even on Friday, he said, no matter what, he said, his heart says that he's going to leave till 31st of October.
Yeah, so
he must be heartbroken today.
Yeah, but I have as a I will say if we take it as a case study, I will say if you take it as a case study, he has taken a target which was at that time everyone was saying that it's not achievable. He taken that target and he has achieved something. In a way, you have agreed to the deal of the Brexit deal, though you are doing it the other way. Like now, you have to pass the withdrawal agreement, and then you can come out of this the European Union. It's a very strange question. It's a very strange question. Only the reason I was reading a joke. And it was a very interesting joke. That it is the year 2092, and they're writing that it is year 2092, and the British Prime Minister went to the European Union for extension. Right. Year 2092, okay, right. And they were saying this the thing was going on from 100 years, and this is the very interesting, and everyone after the extension they will feel very happy.
Even after the 73 years.
Yeah, right. 73 years.
Yeah.
So my question is that would we able to come out of the European Union on 31st of January then?
Well, that's still a question mark, because we're not sure about it. Everybody was very determined that when it comes to 31st of October, and because Boris was very keen and he was very determined that he would be able to get it. But I believe it's going to take some more time, because 31st of January it doesn't look like, unless and until the House basically agrees on the point that they want to go with the clear majority. I mean, if they approve the withdrawal agreement, but which is very unlikely, because imagine the 112 pages, there still needs to actually clarify each and every point of it. It's just not the withdrawal agreement. There are many other legal complications as well.
But you're saying 112 pages, and we cannot, like 31st of October, we have the deadline. Now it's 31st of November 1, 31st of December, 31st of January. Like exactly, we have almost 93 or 94 days. So the Boris Johnson initially, took this withdrawal agreement into the parliament, and he asked to, pass this withdrawal agreement within 3 days. Don't you think they can do it in 91 days?
Well, it's going to be very difficult.
If the Boris Johnson is, he was thinking he can do it in 3 days.
I mean, that's going to be very difficult. It's very challenging for him, because, we have seen that his own party, there are some conflicts within the party as well, within the Tories as well. We have seen that the speaker himself, he wasn't happy.
Yeah.
He decided to resign. And then we have seen that
the 31st of October is his last day, isn't it?
Absolutely. And then we have seen that many of the senior politicians from the Conservatives, including the grandson of Winston Churchill, he decided to quit the party as well, when he did not vote for it.
Even his own brother.
So imagine. So that's going to be very difficult situation for the Tories, and especially, this will decide their future as well. The general elections, the upcoming general elections, if let's say it's going to happen, we're going to have the general elections, and if Labour comes into the power, it's going to be the real test for the Labour government as well. If they would find a solution, Labour is going to be over here, I'm telling you, for another 20 years. But if they don't, well, it's going to be, you can expect Lib Dem then, because there's a third force as well.
Lib Dem is taking at the moment.
Yeah, they're getting the momentum anyway, but although it's going to be very difficult for them, to get the clear majority. But we have seen that on the other side, the Scottish National Party, the SNP, they offered Labour Party that they're going to support them if they agree another referendum in Scotland for independence, which is going to be very difficult, because we have seen, we can't, the state, you can't actually decide the states on the basis of the referendum every time. We have seen that in Scotland, when there was a referendum, it was 55-45 ratio. 55 said that they're going to be the part of Scotland. 45 said that they want to leave, UK, and they want to have their own identity. So I believe that this is going to be a very challenging case from each and every perspective. Even when we see the Scottish side, they are rightly said, because they, voted 62% of the Scottish. They voted for Remain. Yeah. So they said
they are saying that if the Northern Ireland can get this type of treatment, like the Northern Ireland after this Brexit agreement, they are just like they're part of the European Union as well, and they're part of the UK.
Absolutely.
And
so, Scotland doesn't stand anywhere. So they have their rightly, they identified their problems as well, because Scottish National Party, we need to remember one thing, that this party came into existence just the one agenda, and that agenda was the independence. And they've been ruling about there from last 11 years. We have seen that. I was talking to one of the councillor of the SNP, and he said that, more likely, especially after when this Brexit issue is going to be resolved, he said that then they will, they will raise their voice for another referendum, which is, I believe that might be the possibility, because the case is very strong, especially when they have the justification to say, 62% they wanted to remain, they wanted to be the part of the EU, and now they decided just to go out of it, and they're not getting their, because we need to remember one thing, that they have got their own judiciary over there, they have got their own assemblies over there. The system is entirely different, although they have to follow the main government, which is the UK government. But I believe they have a very strong case in the future for their independence case.
Coming into the election thing, which they are saying the 13th of December, or I think it's 31st of December.
It's going to be 13th of December.
13th of December. And I'm just giving my view, that I'm just thinking, like, the Boris Johnson is doing the same type of mistake which Theresa May did it. Theresa May was in a hope that she will get a majority, proper majority, and then she can do whatever she wants to do. She can do it.
Nawaz, we need to remember one thing, that this is not about the individuals this time. It's about the policy. Even if it's Boris Johnson, it's Theresa May, or whoever it's in the position, it's going to be very difficult for them, because it's actually the question of the future of the millions of the people are residing over there in the UK.
I agree.
So it's not the individuals.
But I'm saying the Boris Johnson is if he's saying again and again about the election, he is thinking that he will come with the majority, that he don't need 10 or 20 votes from the DUP.
It's going to be the same mistake as you rightly
Yeah.
identified, because when Theresa May decided to go for the snap elections in 2017,
Yeah.
and imagine, the Tories, they were actually in the ruling party within the majority,
Yeah.
and then after that, what happened? We have seen that they lost the majority. They had to go with the coalition government with DUP.
Yeah.
And imagine if it's going to be a big gamble, I believe, because the surveys are not in much favorable for the Conservatives.
Yeah.
So Boris knows
they are not in favorable in for Labour as well, because whatever the Labour is losing, Lib Dem is taking.
At the moment, it looks like that it's going to be the coalition government yet again if there is a general elections, although I believe that Labour is going to get the most of it. Conservative, probably they would prefer to go into the opposition side unless we have a different kind of like a deal over there. So they would not, they know that it's, the Brexit has actually damaged most to the Conservative Party, we've seen there.
Yeah.
So they want actually this issue to be resolved first. And because at the moment they don't have any other agenda, they can't convince anyone that what they have done when it comes to the policy wise, NHS or many other issues as well, the rail fare, the housing. At the moment, all they have to do is to justify themselves with the Brexit.
Okay, one thing as we were discussing about the elections, I want to discuss about the Canadian election as well. You can see like the Theresa May in a hope she went into the election and she lost majority.
Yeah.
In a way, she lost a majority.
Yeah.
And though there are fixed term election in the Canada, and Justin Trudeau, who is a very famous prime minister, I will say all over the world, a lot of people are
they call him the most charming one.
Yeah.
After Imran Khan anyway.
So he has won the election, but he lost the majority. I think 25 seats are lesser than the previous one.
Absolutely, that's true. This time he got 157 seats, and the opposition party of the Conservative Party, they gained over there. So initially it was 95 from the last elections to now they have improved to 121. So at the moment the position over there is that Liberal Party, Justin Trudeau, who's he's a leader of the Liberal Party. He would have to go with the coalition partners,
Yeah.
And I believe he's going to go with the coalition partner, not with the Conservatives, because Conservatives is of course the opposition party in majority. They have to go another party which is called the New Democrats Party. So they have to go with them. And
he's led by Mr. Singh. I believe. He has 25 seats.
Yeah, absolutely. He has got like 25 seats, and they lost their seats as well.
Yeah.
But the good thing for sometimes what happens is that when a party get the less seats, no matter what, they come into the position. To go on the government, and at the moment we have seen that the New Democrats, they are going to actually part of the coalition government, and the leader is going to be the deputy prime minister. So this is their first experience as well, being the part of the government, because they have never been to the part of they always wanted to have it, but this time with the lesser seat, imagine they're going to be the part of the government this time. So let's see how it goes. Well, when it comes to the reason why Justin Trudeau's party, Liberal Party, couldn't get much momentum this time, and I believe this another reason was that because there was a controversy when he actually posted his a picture on the social media, just with a black face. So some people took it as a racial kind of like a remark. So this was quite from the negative side of it. So people took it as a defamatory kind of like a gesture. So that's probably the reason as well. And other than that the election reforms was another one, because when he won the election in 2015, he promised that he's going to actually introduce the election reforms. He never did that. So this time I believe that
he will do it.
No matter what, ball is still in his court. He's going to learn from his mistakes. And I believe that, it's going to be a pressure government as well, because he knows that this time he's not in the majority.
Exactly.
He would have to actually justify the coalition partners as well, because he knows that if he wants to Liberal to get to keep this momentum continued, they would have to actually go with more good policies and to justify the government as well.
Okay, and now we are the very close to the end of our program. We have only 40 seconds left, and I will say thank you, Raisa. Thanks a lot for coming to my show.
My pleasure.
It really give me real insight of the international politics. Your last 10 seconds, you want to say anything?
Well, I would say thank you very much, Nawaz, for having me in the show. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And I will say, wherever we are, whatever we are, it's because of Pakistan. So we always need to remember one thing, कि हम सब जो कुछ भी हैं पाकिस्तान की वजह से हैं. Pakistan
Zindabad.
Thank you very much.
At the end, I will say in the 10 seconds, I will say the weather is changing and it's quite the cold. So look around the homeless people and do whatever you can do on an individual basis or whatever the way